guys, so this video is going to be like a list of fast-paced and bingeable books that I've read and I really loved. Yeah, so first thing, so when I say fast-paced or bingeable, it's like I was so immersed in the story that I like read it in a day or like read it in like a week max. When I have school, it's a little bit tends to be a little bit longer since I focus more on schoolwork and everything. So they're usually standalone or a novella that I really loved, or a duology that are like very short. Yeah. So the first one is How the King of Hellfame Learned to Hate Stories. This one is a novella, so it's like I think 100 pages at most. Yeah, almost 200 pages, so 150 like. Yeah, so fast paced, it's stories, so it's like snippet of Carden's life in the Cold Prince series. I really loved it. Easy to read, read it in like 2 hours maybe. Since you know, there is more illustration right here. It's really cool. If you like the Folk of Hair story, which is the trilogy, the Cruel Prince trilogy, this is a nice bingeable, like how to get you out of a reading slump. That's a great one. It's about Carden's life and like snippet of his life to see how he became like this cruel ass little bitch in the Cruel Prince. And you see after like the Queen of Nothing as well, there's like snippet, like 2 stories after the Queen of Nothing, which is good because if you want to know what happens after with their relationship, him and Jude, that's fun. Yeah, so quick, it's just short stories, so nothing really about the plot and everything, so it's easy to read. Yeah. The next one is Shadow Between Us. This one is a quick enemies to lover kinda story. It's a standalone as well, and it's like 300 pages, but I've read it in like I think 2 days, and I was reading during my philosophy class, which don't do it, kid. Listen in your in your class, even though it's philosophy. But yeah, I couldn't put it down, not because it was like action-packed, but because I really loved the banter that they had going on. This is like pitch as Slytherin romance, which not at all. It's Slytherin x Hufflepuff, like grumpy sunshine-ish, or like I'm trying to be grumpy, but I'm not. I'm really just a fluffy bear inside. Yeah. So the main love interest is the like king, and the girl wants to kill him, like seduce him and kill him to be queen. She wants to be the queen, so that's why. So she goes and taking, she's not gonna love him, and she really just wants to seduce him and like kill him for her benefit. But they fall in love, and you see that the king is a little bit nicer than you thought. Yeah, it's great. I loved it. Enemies to lover, but it's not really enemies. It's like I'm trying to kill you, but I'm falling in you instead. I'm falling in love with you instead. Yeah, so that's it. It's short as well. Yeah. The like writing style was easy to read. Did not take really a whole lot of brain power to sped through it. Yeah. So if you want like a fantasy romance type deal, this has, I think, the feeling of like what romance is supposed to have, but like just fantasy, for fantasy people. So it's a quick read. Next up is the Stormcrow. I don't know, it's a duology, and the other one is the Crow Rider, which I have just right here. It's a YA fantasy romance, or like it's political. There is like a political plot with the kingdom and everything, so it's not fully just that. The romance is more of a subplot, which I always tend to love in my books. Yeah, so this one is about kingdoms that have like elemental magic, but like not really. Her kingdom, or like the kingdom of the main character, Tia, was had like big crows that had magic power. So one was like a fire, one was hair, one was water, one was so thing like that. And okay, like one kingdom just was jealous and didn't want them to have the crows anymore because they were becoming too more, like much more powerful than them. So they just killed the crows. Yep. Yep. So she is the princess of like the kingdom who had their crow kills, and she was becoming a crow rider. So she was like really sad, and she's, I think, the youngest of her family. So she's not the one who's becoming the queen. The queen, yeah. Since her mom died in the battle where they killed the crows, so the sister needs to become queen, and she forces Tia to like marry the prince of the other kingdom. To like, it's for political gain. That's it, and it's fun. It's like a forced proximity trope and fantasy, like enemies to lover ish. So really fun. Really liked it. I really love Tia as a main character. She has quick banter and everything, and I really love the like magic system in it. This one I read it in like 2 days. It's almost 400 pages. Yes, and you do have, in my copies, you do have like I don't know how do you say it, like a glossary of the name and everything, since it's like fantasy and you don't really know what the frick is that. So yeah, it's good. It's easy to read. It's a duology, and so when it's duology, you don't have like the middle book syndrome. So that's fun. Really love that. Yeah. So the two of them are really fast paced. I gave them 5 star, I think so. Both of them were like 1.4.5 and 1.5. It's really good average, and it's really easy to read. If you like political fantasy, yeah, don't go into it thinking it's only gonna be romance, because it's not. Yeah. Next up is Tequila Kingdom by Alexandra Cristo. It's really good. It's like I'm Trying to Kill You. Yet again, it's not enemies to lover, because I don't think it's enemies to lover if they meet and they fall in love like together in the same book, because it's not enemies to lover. It's about a like mermaid, and she tries to kill the prince / she's a pirate. That's weird. Yeah, it's good because the mermaid is like a princess to her kingdom, and like her mom wants her to kill people to have hearts. Like not her mom wants her, but like you're to become queen you need to have hearts from human in her kingdom. So she wants to like coup her mom with a coup. So yeah, she wants to like become queen and be better than her mom, so she collects heart and everything. So she wanted to kill the prince because they need like 7, like she needs 18 or like something hearts of prince because she has a collection to like prove herself to her mom, and she becomes like a human. It's a Little Mermaid retelling. It's really good. Like it's really fast paced, quick to read, 300 pages or something. Yeah, it's a standalone as well, so you have everything resolved at the end. You don't need to wait anything, so that's great. Like it for that. If you like so yeah, if you like mermaid and like retellings, that's your jam. Yeah. Next up. Yeah. I have Centralized Dead by Kaylin Barron. This one as well is a standalone. It's a Cinderella retelling. That's great. This is the UK cover. It's so pretty. She's so pretty. Yeah. And it's a gay Cinderella retelling. Like, what happened if it's 200 years after the story of Cinderella, and how men have like weaponized Cinderella's story to force girls that are 18 to like marry 45-year-old men, you know, and you cannot be like part of the LGBTQ plus community because you're forced to marry a man if you're a girl. So that's it. Yeah, there's a royal ball and everything. It's really good. It's like dystopian, so that's great. Yeah, dystopian if you like it, and it's a retelling. Cinderella was like my favorite story as a child, so this one was really close to my heart. The main character, I really loved her, Sophia. She's not as dumb as other main character in like dystopian, I think so, and it's fun. Like you can see LGBTQ plus representation in it, because you see all of them. Not all, but most of them are like inside like the main one, because you can see how some people are like okay with it even though it's not supposed, like it's not really good in their society, and you can see how some people are trying to be inside the closet as well. So it's good. I really liked it, and yeah. I think all of Kaylin Barron's book are really good and really fast-paced, cause the Poison Heart, I cannot praise it enough. It's really easy to read. The second one is even easier to read. Like really, it's really good. And as well, it's so pretty. There is like LGBTQ plus representation in it also. The main character is in a sapphic relationship, and she has 2 moms. So you see how it's really good. It's about a girl who like who has like magic power, like she can control plants and make them grow and make them like become alive again. And she discovered that like poisonous plants are not poisonous to her, so she's like immune to them, but not really, because she can feel the like coldness of their poison, but it doesn't affect her as much. Yeah. And one day she's her 2 mom is like she's adopted, so one day one woman just come into her house and say, your mom and aunt has left you like an estate for you to come in and can live in. So they decide to go, and she find a poison garden that has strange magic plant in it. yeah, that's all I can say. It's really good. It's really fast paced. Really loved it. It's really good. And Caitlin Baran's writing style, so easy to read. So it's a duology as well. You know I love duology. And the duology, I've read this in like February, and I've just read the second one since it came out. It's really good. Both of them are like really fast paced and bingeable, so if you just want to sit down and speed through it, you can, because it's really easy to do. Really good. I enjoyed it, and fast paced and bingeable. Next up is The Iron Widow by Xiran J. Zhao. I always butcher her name, I'm sorry. This one is the first book in a duology. It's a YA sci-fi fantasy. Like, the end of this book is becoming really sci-fi, which is not usually my cup of tea, but I really loved it. This one is a book about the patriarchy and how women are perceived in the society. Yeah. And in this one, there is like an army where there is pilot, and all of these pilots are like big bad guy that are like really popular among girls and everything, and they need concubine to like feed this like pilot, because they like have power inside of them, like their chi. Yeah, their chi is like a flow in magic. So yeah, women are usually the concubine and they die after the battle, and they like, their family like forces them, because they receive money, forces them, like they sell them to the army basically. And the main character, her sister like was sold to the army, like her parents didn't do anything, and she's really pissed off because she was killed by one of the pilots in battles, because they're controlled, they're all big transformer type deal, and she wants revenge. So she like applies to be a concubine, and she gets the role of concubine she gets the role of being a concubine to the pilot that killed her sister, and her chi flow is like so much stronger than the pilot that she kills him, which is incredible in this world. Like, women being better than men? What's that? So yeah, and she's like really being a badass in this. So she becomes an Iron Widow. Yeah, because she could have been a Iron Princess to be equal with them, because they feed us this fantasy to girls to keep them going. Yeah, it's really good. You see like the revenge plot that she kills the guy, and what killing the guy implies for the society. So it's a dystopian as well. It's really good. I really love it. This is more, the main character is becoming grayer and grayer and darker in this. So if you like main character that are maybe the villain of their story, that's great for you. It's really easy to read. I read it, I think I started it in like the parking lot at my job while waiting for my sister to finish her shift, and I've read like, I think so, like 150 pages in the span of an hour. It's really good. It's really fast paced. You get sucked in the story really easily. I really loved it. One of my 5-star that I didn't predict. I thought I would have loved it. Like I did guessed it, but I didn't think I would have loved it as much. It's really good. Easy, bingeable, and it's a duology as well. The second one is in writing. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but I really want to read it. Yeah. And last book that is really easy and bingeable that I recommend to you is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This one as well is a duology. The second one is coming out in September. I'm so happy. It's like in 3 weeks. So happy about it. It's weird. It's like fantastical, magical retelling. It's like a mix of retellings, like really big, a whole mix. And this one, Evangeline is the main character, and she's in love with a guy, but the guy like marry her sister. So she's like, no, that's the love of my life. I don't want him. She's convinced that her sister has like ensorcel, like put a spell on the boy. So she's like, that's weird. She's a witch. So she's like so heartbroken. She gets into this like church, I'm gonna say. It's where they worship this Prince of Heart, and she wants to do everything so bad to have her first love back. Then she makes a deal with the Prince of Heart that she gives him 3 kisses. Not to him, because his kisses are deadly if you're not like the girl for him, but like he can choose who she kisses. Yeah. In this book, they already have already give him 2 kisses, not to him, but you know. So in the last one, I want to know what happened, because who is gonna be the last kiss? Yeah, she's like becoming famous because she breaks these spells that she put herself on people. So she's become like invited to go to another kingdom and compete for the prince's love. Not the Prince of Heart, but another prince of this. It's really good. We loved it. The main character is kind of a little bit naive and a little bit dumb, but you go with the flow. I really loved it. Really love Jax, which is the Prince of Heart name. Yeah, it's really a fun ride, and you'll want to just wait before the second come out, because you don't want to wait as like you want to read them back to back, because they're so good. Yeah, but I don't know the second one, but like the ending on this, you want to know what happened. Yeah, because it's not a cliffhanger, but like you would want to know where their relationship blossoms to. Yeah, where their relationship blossoms to, like where it goes. And it's the last one. It's a lot of choices. All of them I've read, so it's done. It's really fun. All of them are like quick and fast paced, and that you can easily binge in a day or 2 with the right motivation. So yeah, I'll hope you like my selection of book. If you did, you can drop a like down below and comment if you want to read one of them soon-ish, or if you've read one of them. And yeah, if you want to see more of my face, you can always subscribe. It's nice. I love it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!